What is up, guys? I am super excited today because we have the newest installment of the Old School series, and I found a way to please you guys. I've listened to the comments, I've read all the things that you guys said. Not only have I figured out a way to make it chronological, I also have taken out all the different sets that we had, because I think that in the last one we saw a lot of situations where I had a set, somebody had an overpair, top pair, and we just get it in. And of course there's a lot of interesting things to say about the bet sizings there, and the strategy and the timings of it, and the way I responded with the min raising, overplaying all my hands. However, you guys said, hey, are there also some hands where you don't get the showdown, or just hands that you play differently, weaker holdings, that sort of thing. So what I did two things, and we're going to test this out. And I think this is especially important for the 100 NL and all these stakes, because on the higher stakes, when you had a set, you got tricky. People pay you off with different hands. But on the lower stakes, it was usually set versus overpair, and it's not that great to watch. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the top 50. There's no sets in it. We're just going to see how we like it. Probably only going to do this for the mid stakes. The high stakes, I'm probably just going to pick up the biggest pots, because also then the money aspect becomes awesome, right? I mean, fuck it. Like a set versus aces might not be the most exciting strategical, but if you win a 14k pot at 1020, it is damn fucking awesome. So let's jump into it. I'm really excited to go over the top 50. This is top 50, 200, no limit. 1-2 blinds in 2005. Alright, apparently it's the top 51, so you guys get a bonus hand. In the end, I think that it might be good if I just show the top 3, which I will do on the second part of this video, because of course we do about 25 hands every video, and I'm really excited because now it's not that certain anymore what's gonna happen, right? And I do think, oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm just gonna make it 100. Yeah, this is just very conflicting signals here, guys. Oh yeah, you see this guy at the table. Please, thank you. Shit ass program. So you see this guy sitting at a live table. Oh yeah, hi. Oh, how much did you make it? He limped. He made 2. All right, I'll make it 4. And then he makes it 4, and then he's like 12, and he's like, goddamn fucking Euro trash to my left, and then he gets all fired up, and this guy is thinking and considering his options. Orc man, you know, don't know what that looks like. Folds, and he's like, fuck this kid, booyah kasha. This is then what happens. So yes, I don't think that folding kings has ever been a big part of my strategy. I did it once on Twitch and was right. Probably the only time I'll ever do it. And here we just get it in, and we do get a call, and now I'm really curious to see what we are going to be up against. Ace Queen. Not bad. Alright, things to say. Ace Queen, a lot of people use it as a 4-betting hand. Be a little bit careful about using Ace Queen as a 4-betting hand, because this move is going to be made a lot by weaker aces. I mean, obviously 100 is a pretty ridiculous 4-betting amount, but if you're going to go towards 100... only good hands will stick around, and you're pretty much turning your ace queen into a bluff, and it's way too strong to turn into a bluff. So in these situations, ace queen is the perfect hand to call. If you do not believe somebody in this instance, ace queen plays fine. If you flop an ace, you can pretty much go all the way. If you flop a queen, you can go all the way. Your ace high is going to be good a lot in check pots. What you want to be doing when you actually... Okay, so if I would 4-bet here, I'd make it like 40, 38, something like that. Not 100, of course. But make it like, if you want to make it 38, use hands that are weaker and stronger than ace queen. If you do this with a hand like ace 5 and you make it 40, it doesn't really matter if somebody shoves you off the hand, because you didn't have that much value to begin with. However, you do have some emergency straight possibilities. You can flop an ace and you can flop a flush, or have a flush draw, which is good enough. So ace queen definitely a hand to just flat with. But, you know, I can't blame this guy. I definitely wasn't thinking about this shit back then either. Just gets it in. Oh. Turn is actually good for him, of course. Like, you know, it's better than a blank, because he now has four tens to root for, and not just 3 aces. But we do win this hand, so really interesting. Like I said, I'm very excited about what we're gonna see now, because I do think that these little differences are very important. There is a spoiler though, I'm not going to be flopping a set with this hand. There you go. Alright, you see? It's nice. I'm very glad. Thank you guys so much for that feedback. I'm really glad we were able to incorporate that in the series. We're gonna just see how that goes, like, when it comes to future videos. Like I said, when it's 10, 20, 25, 50, the money aspect becomes really awesome, and to see how, you know, tricky or over the top or whatever way we play those sets as well. But, you know, a set against an overpair on 100 or 200 NL isn't really what you guys click YouTube for. So let's just go look at some ridiculous fucking hands that do not have sets in them. 5. I really wonder what I'm going to do here. Ah, nice. Okay, I'm happy at flat. Oh, there's the min raise, which is everybody's favorite move back then. This guy's a table maker? Is he first person on PokerStars ever? Wow, and on the first day he made the tables. This guy actually, I think, became a big-time regular, too, on higher stakes. No sets on the flop. Check. Okay, I mean, I dig it. Like, a lot of people just start min-raising a 6 here. This is good. Let's see. I think the only option really here is to flat call. Don't disappoint me. Oh my god, I thought it was a min-raise for a second. Thank you very much. And now would be the time to get your fucking money in. Sometimes you really just represent too much of a full house, so especially a PLO thing, but you could be representing too much of a full house, whereas we didn't bet the flop. So look at our flop line. Our flop line really doesn't say that we have a full house. We flat this, we flat the 12, 3-way. If we had a set here, especially in those days, guys, it's a big chance we would have just made it 50 here, or 18, you know what I mean? Or 18, so there's definitely that to consider. You have to keep that in mind. Like, what happens on future streets is very much decided by the feeling that people have throughout the hand, right? And sometimes people will forget that feeling, and they will forget what happened pre-flop and all that stuff. But I do not represent a lot of strength here. Call 40. This really seems like I'm just trying to kind of like gamble for it. And I do think that this is an excellent moment to shove. Nice. Glad to see you do it, my friend. 8-6. Wow, nice run out for you rounders. 3-16. I think also a regular. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I played against... we have also the most toxic Dota hero ever made, Mr. Viper. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, this is fucking great. Alright. I'm gonna record 3 of these today. I'm super fucking excited about that because I really love this new thing. We can also just dive into specific stuff later. Like, what if a thing comes up in the comments and you guys go, wow, well, Mr. Lex. Yes, that's right. You have to call me Mr. Well, Lex, I really think that I'm struggling a lot with calling 3-bets, and then I don't really know what to do on later streets and how to play back at people that fire 3 times. Maybe we can just make a video about that. And that's something really fucking specific, and I don't want to become like the strategy sit down hour or something. I want to keep it like fun with a mix of strategy in it, but we have a lot more possibilities when we look at it this way, right? And I do think that these series have a lot more there's just a lot more value to watch these, and it's just more fun, I think, this way. So I hope you guys appreciate it. It's really sorry it took, I mean, not really sorry that it took me 5 videos or whatever, because you guys have been talking like since the 2nd to 3rd video you guys were mentioning it. But some of the videos, of course, like today, I make 3 in a row because it's an off day from Twitch. I usually stream Tuesday to Thursday and then Saturday and Sunday, so 5 days a week, and I have off time. I also obviously want to spend time with my girlfriend, and then just doing these on and off days. So really putting in a lot of work, and I've been kind of crunching the possibilities this morning, and this is what came out. So, okay, enough about that. Just want you guys to know that I do really take your feedback into consideration. I'm nuts! Yes, guys, I realize it's the second nuts, but does it really matter? It does really not. Look at that turn. Also, look at this fucking guy. And he was definitely not being careful, I think. Because this was... We go back to what we talked about last time, guys. You see all the themes here. Also, the times, the dates are in order. This might be too small for you guys to read, but this is 1/24. What's the 24-month called? I hate this time notification. Should always... Guys, let's just be clear. It should be day, month, year, yeah? Anyway, this is 24th of January, but we did see some good stuff happening Of course, in 2004, I also played 1-2 No Limit as well. However, that was mostly part of the Tilt video that we played. I think that the 1-2 NL that I played in 2005 is actually going to be when I actually started grinding it. It also, by sample size, really shows that because I played 4,000 hands. Jesus, I'm sorry, 90,000 hands. I played 90,000 hands over 1-2 NL, which is starting to become way more of a serious grind. So this one was played at the end of January. Okay, so back to limping aces. When you limp aces under the gun, do not start fucking pounding boards that are terrible for you. Because if you do this, you might as well raise or make action before the flop. This is just terrible. And then really, you should be able to get out here. And you call, and of course now you have no way back. I'm kind of surprised that if he has to be calling here to slow play. If he's calling because he's still worried about a straight, you should really fold the fucking flop, because this is like the gin card turn, and if you have to be scared on the gin turn for your entire situation, then you should not be playing the hand. All right, cool. Well, oh, okay. Well, you know, we're still gonna have overpairs ourselves, but that doesn't matter because playing overpairs is a lot harder than it is to play. Did I just 5x? Yeah. Yeah. Same day as the last hand. Alright, so we're chronological. We don't have any fucking sets anymore. We get all kinds of interesting situations. And we're gonna have a much better picture of the whole year. I should do like summarized videos of the year too, but then, you know, that's kind of boring to watch. Alright, cool. 15. I like it. I like it. At least it's not that like silly little 10 I keep betting. So the things that we're gonna be looking for in these hands is, when were my sizings going to make sense? When was I balancing more? And balancing, of course, guys, means that you do not always have aces in a certain spot, or you do not always have an overpair when you 3-bet pre-flop, or you do not always have a flush draw when you raise a flush board. So when you know, when you pair up bluffs with good hands and some weak hands when you show strength, that sort of stuff is going to be very interesting to see when we do that. That's why I was so excited last time that we started overbetting, because that's one of the first times you see skill, thought, strategy, all that stuff come into play, and it's just very exciting. Honestly, I have to say that I'm not gonna lie, that making these videos has triggered me too to study more, work on my game. It's like, it's really hard for me to find time, but I'm definitely gonna make some time for that this week. Aces value bet, it's good, I think. I mean, I think that in this time especially, people will just let you know if they have a set. They're just like, well, there's about 183 in the pot, or you know, if it's like 150 in the pot, and this guy's like, I have 170 behind, gimme, I don't want to see a club or whatever. So I do think that you are really safe if the river doesn't roll off a queen, jack, or 10 or king. And then we're gonna shove. Fucking beautiful. I have to say, if you compare this to some of the weaker betting patterns that we had earlier, I think this is good. Bluffing, man, look at that. That guy was very clear. He's like, I'm making this account in 2003, and I know exactly what I'm gonna be doing. I'm the bluffing man. Yeah. All right. Cool. Good. As 4 times. All right. Seems to be the staple bet size, which is fine. 30. All right. So now this is one of those times when I click the button. Are we gonna get it in? How the fuck is this short-handed, by the way? Was I becoming some short-handed wizard? Are we gonna get it in, or we're gonna flat? We're gonna flat at this point, which is absolutely fine. I'm not saying that in these days you should get this in. Oh my god! Then he just fucking overbets it. I like this. It's a very hidden hit that you have, and now you come back to you could be slow playing, but I mean, is this guy ever gonna fucking fold? I don't think so. So I think that flatting here, you're just overly slow playing, and then if a 9 comes off, you might lose action against the set or queen jack or whatever. You know, like what if the 8 of spades comes off and he's like, ugh, I hate that card, and then he checks and then you shove and he has queen 10. Just turns into a disaster. 7's always coming, but so do spaderu, so I get fucked. Primed! Not bad. Fucking Federer holds early in his career. That's a joke, of course. Alright, this is also something. This guy ended up being a big 1-2 to 4 reg. Freds, that's the guy we saw from 100 and L earlier. Alright, no other names. This is something that I really want to see myself doing. This is still from January. I love this. I just love the progression of it. It's gonna be very interesting too, because now I can see when I jump to certain limits and shit. Sorry, my nose is fucking itchy. I'm allergic to coffee, but I drink it a lot, so then when are we gonna make it 8 here or 10 with these type of hands and not just with our strong hands? That's gonna be interesting, because I know that I was very big on raising limpers. Very, very big on raising limp. Oh! Checking. I'm not so sure if I like this check. Yes, you cover the whole board, but if there's no Jack 10 clubs out there, you're very, very small chance you're gonna make money. The only thing you could say for checking is that you want a hand like Jack 9 to hit a 10 that would otherwise fold. But I don't think if you bet 4 on this board that Ace Jack's gonna fold in those days. You see, and now we go back to that thing. We slow play and then we overplay. Okay, please don't. If I flat there, I'm gonna be very happy with myself, because that seems we're learning something. I don't know, maybe there's something to this. Alright, we're in a fucking $500 pot. Huh, okay. Okay, again, I will say this. I think that this is definitely a situation where I feel like I'm overplaying the hand by shoving. But if I know that in those days people are not going to 3-bet the turn, right? Because that's what happened here. On the turn, he bet, I raise. So bet, raise, this is second bet. He 3-bets the turn. If I know in those days that they did not do that with flush draws, but then the only problem here is what if he does, or what if he has a hand like Ace Jack and he's fucking around, then this really settles it. On the other hand, if he does have a queen or something he wants to call with, if this is just something that worked, because it really seemed like overbet was the fucking way to make money back then. Oh, you have a 3-card combination plus hand, or 2 pair, whatever. You're just gonna call all ins. Jesus fucking Christ! When I'm seeing hands from these days, I honestly think that you could have made money by playing all in or fold. Your only decisions, or fold, call, or all in as the only bet size. I think you could have made money, and that's fine. You know, like that's. I mean, I'm guessing people from the stock exchange can say the similar shit. So, okay, so huge pot there. We take it down. We have 3-0. We're gonna flat with threes. No set. It's a boat. It's a boat. Didn't specify that, but that's fine, because boats always are more interesting, because there's the board is more locked down, so it's harder to get action. Also, people overplay some other stuff. I'm fine with the 12. Really, absolutely fine. You just quads Marty thinks, hey, if I make another 10 I 4 of the same, that's my favorite hand, because I named myself after this. This is really juicy, because this usually tells you that somebody has a really big hand. When it goes bet, call, raise, and then call. You also feel kind of dirty in his position. In fact, you feel so dirty it almost feels like it's better to raise so that you can bluff a little bit, because, you know, when you flat, you never bluff. I love myself. I really got the hang of overbets. All right, so okay, what's one strength that is really surfacing here is just putting people on a very specific range based on playing a lot, because now I started playing a lot, so you start noticing tendencies, right? That's why it's so important to make hours a lot, and you know, like playing 2 hours every week, it's going to be very hard to be good at anything. So if it's a hobby, that's fine, but then you just should know as well, like, I'm just not gonna excel at this or improve as fast as I could be. But if you play every day, you're gonna notice certain tendencies, and I think that what we're seeing also from the last videos, what we're seeing is that in January 2005, I really started noticing tendencies in these kind of spots. I really did. And just plow. And you can still do this. Of course, people are going to be a little more hesitant these days, but like realistically, this is not the way you play against regulars, because regulars are going to notice a pattern and they just notice that you never have a hand like King Jack of Spades here. Or you could, you know, or you could, of course, because I do think that if you're gonna bluff here, it needs to be a size like this. But yeah, it's good to see. It's just good to see. That's all I wanted to say. Yeah, limp along, 10-8 offsuit. Why the fuck not? Very bad. Don't do this. Don't do this. If you flop an 8, you're kind of fucked. If you flop a 10, you don't have a kicker, and you don't even have a flush draw. So this whole thing that people always thought, like, oh, there's so many people in the pot, only have to call 2 to win 9. It's just bullshit. You're just putting in 2, and you're probably gonna lose a lot more. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Obviously, this is a very good flop. 12. Okay, so raising a draw. Didn't do that much. I mean, this is really qualify as a raise, though. 32. All right, this seems to be such a regular betting pattern. 6. I make the nuts. Here, fuck you. Balls in your face. Alright, this is just really good to get it in. Because once more, if you flat here, a pair rolls off, then he might be very hesitant to pay you off with an 8. And if a spade comes, I mean, a spade doesn't really do much, but there might be something happening. Maybe if a spade comes, you can't value bet as big, because we have a lot of money behind. We have $200 behind. So, I mean, if we flat here, the pot is 200. If a spade rolls off, you never know what they talk themselves into, guys. Also, something very important to realize, if this guy is, for some fucking reason, bluffing with a set of 6s or 7s or whatever, and doing this, people do weird shit sometimes, you know. If you get it in on a turn, they'll call because they can still make a boat, but if the river is a jack or something, they know they can't make a boat anymore, and they will fold. So I think that when people pretty much state their hand, it's really good to just go with it, forget about balancing and whatever, and just get it in. Let's see what we're dodging here. 7-9. Told you. Fucking told you. Boom. There, and a jack. Pre-recorded. But yeah, so this is something very important to consider. Sometimes you just need to get it in on the turn, because people still feel like, well, I could be beat, but then I also have the emergency boat draw. I mean, the emergency boat draw doesn't really give you that much percentage, as we can see here. You only have 4 outs. If you want to know what, if you want a quick thing, by the way, that people don't realize, is that if you want to know kind of like what your percentage are based on how many outs, if there's 1 street to come, you do your outs times 2 plus 1%. If there's 2 streets to come, then you do your outs times 4 plus 2%. So that's why, as you can see here, on the turn all in, there's 1 card to come, you have 4 outs, so 4 times 2 plus 1% is 9. If, let's say I flopped a straight, let's say that just on the flop you have 4 outs, then it's 4 times 4 is 16 plus 2%, then it's 18%. So that's how it goes when you want to calculate outs. Replay that a few times, you're like, alright, got it, cool. It's important to know, because then you can start fucking around with percentages, because then if you know, like, I had a flush draw, yeah, okay, so, you know, a flush draw you have, like, you know, let's say you have spades here, and there's 2 spades on the board, there's 2 spades in your hand, and, you know, there's 13 spades total, so you have 9 outs, so it's 9 times 2, and it's plus 1%, it's 19% to hit on the turn with a flush draw all in. That's 1 out of 5, guys. That's 1 out of 5. It feels so much sicker when it happens, but it's 1 out of 5. And if somebody has a 10, then all of a sudden he has 3 8s as well, you know? Then all of a sudden it's 25%. It's 1 out of 4. So, you know, think about that. You have to think about it in that way. We even saw with the king's hand. I don't really want to scroll back, but you even saw with the kings against the ace-queen hand pre-flop. Oh, here you go. Look at the percentages pre-flop. 71-29. So that means 3 out of 10 times ace-queen is going to win. He has close to 1 in 3 shot. You see? And that's why it really sucks. And it really sucks if you're deep in your favorite tournament and it happens. You're like, always the fucking ace. But people always remember the ace because it's a sick memory. It's a bad beat. And that's why it sticks with people. And, you know, it's if you tell yourself, all right, so yeah, this is going to happen 1 out of 3 times, count them. Count them legitimately. Oh, okay. Because every time you win kings against ace-jack, it feels normal. But every time you lose kings against ace-jack, it feels sick. Even though it's supposed to happen 1 out of 3. So that's something to very well, because poker is looks, I've been live for 27 hours apparently. Poker's sick like that, and you can really talk yourself into bad habits, tilts, telling yourself you're unlucky, but you're not. Like, you're really not. You can go through a stretch of bad luck for months, but if you've been losing at poker for 2 years, you're not unlucky. You're just not taking responsibility for things. Let's see, that's a 10-8. Let's go to the next hand. We got ace-10 here. 8, we're just going to flat here. This is definitely a hand that I would like to see myself start 3-betting. Poker hell. Because this hand just plays very poorly 3-way. If it's an ace-high board, you have to slow down because you're afraid of ace-king, ace-queen, ace-jack. If it's a 10-high board, you're afraid of overpairs. Whereas if you 3-bet and you make it 32 here, you're going to push out a lot of hands that will bluff you on the flop. Or you have the initiative, guys. Because if this guy has queen-jack, and the board comes 6-3 deuce, and he bets, you fold. Whereas if you 3-bet him and you bet that flop, he folds. And that's a huge thing to understand, because you might think it's not that terrible to have queen-jack in there, but in some certain instances it will be. And here you go. What are we gonna do now? Please don't raise, because that's just a punt. Good. I wasn't expecting that. Good. Ah, there you go. Hello. Ha, ding ding. Okay, so again, I will not be surprised if I see myself check raise all in here, based on the strategy that we've seen. This is early February, because we assess situations, overplay our good hands, and by overplay I mean we make it a fuck ton. And I really do think that this would be one of those instances where it's just smart, because he pretty much declares that he has an ace. How many people bluff into 2 on this board after raising under the gun? Never forget that. More aces in an under the gun range than anywhere else on the table. Bet. Shove. Alright, whatever. Fuck you, dude. Not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah. Okay. I actually don't mind the min raise, because this is such a dry board. The only scare cards you have are like king, queen, jack. Hearts don't really even matter, but hearts might make him not pay off as much. There's a problem there, but you know, flush draws are less common. Backdoor flush draws are less common when the top card is of that suit. Because let's say it was ace 7 5 10 with 7 and the 10 of hearts. Now you could have a hand like ace deuce of hearts, whereas now you just can't. And what are you gonna play? 7 8 of hearts here? It's more unlikely. Just I think that it's important for us to go over those type of scenarios and kind of talk about traps and the feelings that you guys might have with it. And I'm gonna guess there's gonna be a 5 here. Same thing, yeah. Okay, yeah, let's fucking go, guys. 3-7 and kings. Oh, this is bad. Look at this. Look at this board. Again, a limped pot. Oh my god, these mistakes just over and over. Limp. Why do you limp? Alright. Okay, this is good. 2. Let's make it 6 next time, please. So that 3-7 and 7-8 might fold. Especially 3-7. And you want that. Okay, and now it's like, oh yeah, okay, well, I'm gonna bet a bit bigger because the board's getting very scary. Oh, 30, oh shit, that's kind of dangerous. This guy's in the big blind. He might have any kind of fucking combination on this board. Oh, this guy is just making it 200. Let's go. No, that's not how we do it, boys and girls. This is a this is one of the easiest folds I've ever seen in my life. If you're gonna get this married into kings, then just fucking raise them pre-flop and go fucking crazy on any board. At least your opponent will have an easier range to play against. Because any 2 is not very easy to play against, right? Because if somebody can have jack 4, 6-4, jack 6, all that stuff, it becomes a bit harder. Whereas if you just make it 8 pre-flop, you can pretty much discount all 3 of those hands. Apart from some 6-4 maybe. Alright, this seems very nice. 96%. 4%, and that's just a chop. So this is, here you see this is just if an 8 if an 8 rolls off, it's the only way we can lose this hand. Awesome. Let's go to the next one. 10. Alright, probably flatting with ace king here. 30. Okay, I like it. No, I like it. I'm not saying I should flat. How the fuck did Rich Jew? Okay, alright, so a little less monitoring on nicknames back then. How this is good because it's one of the first times I start 3-betting with ace-king hands. I haven't done that much, and that's interesting, especially... Well, it's ironic because at this instance it's bad, because it's a full ring table against an under-the-gun player. You want to have some really strong hands in your flatting range. I mean, we don't have to talk about full ring strategy. That game is dead. You guys like, I play it every day. Does it still exist? I don't even know. I don't think I've ever seen a full ring lobby. Could have made it a lot smaller here, but like back in the day, 50% was already pretty small. This is just 50%, 50%, 50%. Welcome to Value Town population, you. Easy peasy. Yeah. Really seems like you could be able to get away from this on the river. But, yeah, whatever. Probably not in those times, right? Aces? 16. Look at that. Ramping up. Where are we now? Middle of February. Call. Check. Check. Interesting. 30. Oof. This is nasty. This does really taste like a King Jack hand. It's like, look at the psychology behind it, right? Oh shit, I'm gonna raise. This board is very, very draw heavy. I'm gonna protect my hand. Good thought, because you want to be able to check raise some flush draws, like some ace 10 of hearts type deal, queen 9 of hearts. So you want to be able to check raise those a little bit, so you have to add vulnerable strong hands into it. King Jack qualifies as a vulnerable strong hand on this board. Fives, much less so. Kings and Jacks, even much less so. Oh shit, I locked it up. I don't know why I go to my Kokona voice, but now we check, because we're not really afraid of anything. Oh, he bets. That's kind of small though. I don't know if I'm gonna get everything. Maybe he's gonna check the river around. Maybe he's gonna check the river back. Yeah, I'm just gonna min raise it. All right, I call. Oh no, okay, I shove, which is the worst thing because now I lose every single one of his hard draws that wants to bluff. I really, really despise this all in. I deserve to lose this hand for sure. There you go. This is very poorly played. I'm much more okay. I think that you just need to check the turn behind and then call off any non-heart. Even if it's 10 of clubs or whatever, you just call it off. Call all his hard combinations and his kings that he's playing too strongly. But I really feel that this just, we've laughed at a lot of times at people that were overplaying a hand and kind of ignoring all the signals. That's definitely me this hand. So could even seeing this, I could even believe that this was could possibly be tilt. Okay, yeah, I would say that a check wouldn't hurt on this board, but that's not ever in consideration, not even these days. Don't river me. That's not. Oh no, that's not the legend that plays like 200, 400 now, I think. Jesus, this is a tough one. It feels kind of nasty. God damn it, I'm not so sure about this one. You know what the problem also is? I don't want to click the result before I explain that. The flop bet's very small. Two things to consider here. We were six-handed here, and this guy doesn't have anyone behind him. So if he wants to peel his 7 or 8-7 to see what comes on the turn, he's gonna do that way more often than this guy who still has 3 people behind him. You guys get that? So, and he's in the big blind. So he was gonna also come along with all this type shit. 7-3 suited, even 7-2 suited is in there. Not that it's good, but it's in there. And then this happens. Yeah, I'm not too sure about this one. Wow. And then the problem, yeah, I'm not so sure about this one. Maybe this is a thing that just happened a lot back then. I just don't get it now. Maybe I'm thinking too much out of today's perspective, but that's pretty crazy. Still at 25%. That's sometimes a problem too that people don't consider. It's like, okay, so what does somebody have here? Let's say you have like kings on a 10-9-7 board with 2 hearts. If the guy has jack 10 of hearts, you're flipping. If he has king jack of hearts or something, you're close to flipping. But you could also be dead against sets and 2 pairs and shit, or close to dead. So if the bluffing part of somebody's range has a very high percentage, you're still in trouble, right? Because then he either has you crushed or he has a big chance to win. And then you just can't say, I thought he had a draw. Yeah, well, he did, but he had 40%, so good job. Alright, nice window. Maybe we just pick one off there. Who knows, who knows? Very interesting situations. I'm liking this. Let me guys know in the comments, as usual, what you think. You guys have been fucking rocking it in the comments. And you guys have been motivating me a lot. These are my most liked videos, so please keep that up, because that's the sort of thing that content creators go by, right? If the likes for these videos plummet, then maybe I'm going to make less of them. I'm going to go through them faster because it doesn't seem that people like them as much. So please just take a second to do that. It really, really helps me and it helps you too. Alright, so we raise... Yeah, I'm just... This is just... Okay, yeah, this is just bad. It never seems to be a bluff. Alright, this guy thought he was in the Limit Hold'em Championship of the world. This is King Queen of Spades or what? Set of fives. Oof. Yeah, so we're gonna run into those. Ideally, I would have liked me to see it just shove on the flop. I think that's very fine. Here, we're really deep. Again, in today's games, I think that flatting is very important. Even though it's a little bit easier if you have the ace of spades. But then again, then people don't have ace-high flush draws, right? So, alright, so we got murdered in this one, just to show you guys the outs as well. The percentages, here you see 11%. So you do your outs times 4 plus 2-ish percent. It works out to plus 3% now, but 2 outs. Okay, this works out to 11% because we can hit a deuce and a 3. That's why. So, you know, 2 outs times 4 plus 2%, approximately 10%. 1 out of 10 we win this. Isn't that sick? That 1 out of 10 times the fucking ace will hit. It doesn't feel that way, right? It feels like it should be 1 in 30 or something. I'm just saying, like, I'm just reminding you guys of that because, like, a lot of people have been contacting me, have been telling me that these series really help them, that their structural way of poker is changing, or that they realize a lot of the traps that I talk about these players walking into, that, you know, that they've been doing that. And I've even had a guy send me messages how he was getting fucking murdered 4 weeks ago, up for like a year, and now he's actually starting to show good results, be more comfortable, he feels like he's more in control of playing his hands. So I do want to mention those kind of things because I went through the same thing, as you can see here, and, you know, there's definitely lessons to learn from that, I think. You know, is all I'm saying. Okay, we just check. Jesus. Alright. So this might be just... Alright, okay. So now, this is like a fucking pinball machine. This really needs to stop. You know what the problem is too? Okay, well, let's think about this. 4. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. So now he makes it 6. If we make it 16 here, why not just make it fucking 22? 22s, motherfucker! Why not just make it 22? This guy clearly wants to go for it. So just make it 22. And then we're Gucci. Because the problem is, if he makes it 20 now, let's say he does the same thing again, and then you do it again. Every time you do this, your range and the hands that you play become stronger, and you have less bluffs. People just don't fucking clown around like this with absolute airballs, you know? Alright, so this guy makes it 100. How the fuck is this possible? Queen Jack. Oh my god. This is like an instructional manual on how to get the money in bad when you have a decent hand. Let's make his range so fucking small. He will only be able to go for it with really, really strong holdings. 12. Nice. Okay. Oof. This is so much sweeter to see it than an ace or a king. When you're four-handed. 20. Sure. Yeah. Nothing positive or negative to say about that. 40? Oh my god. This is when I get dodgy. I think that you actually can check the turn too. I think that you can check the turn. Or shove it or something. Like, get rid of his 10s possibly. Maybe not. But like Jack 9 suited. 8s, 5s, 6s. It just kind of solves a problem too. What are you going to do on the river now? Like, you leave yourself 120 in 120 and a 170 pot. They're just gonna get called a lot when people think, well, oh, this is bad. This is bad, guys. We're being a calling station. We're being calling stations right now. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Nice. Good payoff, dude. Well played. Well played. I'm sure this felt really good. 23rd of February, market. 24th of February, we'll have some tilt hands. Yeah, this is just bad. If you bet high ends that have high equity, you should be able to also give them up once you meet too much strength. Also look at it, right? Like, against a really strong part of his range, the 4 and a 7 hearts are not always going to be good. We have 16%. So we have like 1 in 6, and we get like 3 to 1 odds. So, so we're 5 to 1 to win, and we get 3 to 1. I know we should add this, like we talked about last time. I'm so proud of myself. I'm doing so much math, like live on camera, and it's like math that I've gone over a lot of times, of course, but it's always different when you know the camera's recording or when you're streaming, and it's sometimes like like yesterday I couldn't figure out what time it was, the time difference if somebody started streaming at like European time clock, like the military, right? Like 16:30. It's like 8 hours earlier. I don't know what time that is. I don't know what time that is, and I couldn't figure out that it's just 8:30. 16 minus 8 is 8. I couldn't figure it out because I was live on stream, and that happens. Deal with it. Yeah, so this is just terrible. Terrible. Definitely fishing. Even if you're planning on calling this off, just fucking pump it here. 60. Because if we make it 60 here, right? And then this guy shoves, well, then he would shove, but you get, okay. Yeah, then still fucked. They're still fucked. They need to call 100 and like 300. Yeah. So then if we make it 60, yeah, we're still fucked. It's still bad to call. Alright, let's check this next time. Too much equity to waste there. 2, 10, I'm all good with that. Kev, don't bluff? Question mark. You see, this guy is more tricky than the bluff king that we saw earlier. What the fuck was his name? The bluff king. Kev leaves it up to the audience for the side. Kev, don't bluff. I don't know. You tell me. 72. Yeah. I mean, this is so big, and he's in the big blind. There's, of course, ace 5, 5s and 6s. He has all the value combinations, but this big, when there's straight draws and flush draws, I don't really think I'm gonna fold. Oof! Wow. Oh my god! Oh my god! Prime is a fucking gangster. Look at that. Just all right. He's like, I have the jack of diamonds. I know this guy cannot have a jack high flush draw. Let's fucking go. This is a good call though. This is a pretty coordinated board. When was this? Was this the 24th? No, I mean it's the same day as the... Damn, how many fucking big hands do we have of this day? It's the second one. The other one was the ace king of hearts, but I don't know. Maybe there was tilt here because the ace king of hearts seemed very, very stationary, and this one is marginal. So it could be. I mean, definitely like marginal calls. If you make good marginal calls, doesn't mean that you're tilting. But just seeing the ace king of hearts, and it was, well, I did win the ace king of hearts, so maybe I was off tilt. I can even see the time. This was an hour and 15 minutes after the ace king of hearts hand. You see, I really love the chronological feel that we have of it now, though. So maybe we'll keep doing that. And then we can just highlight like what were the top 5 biggest spots. We can just do that in the end. All right, we have. I don't want this video to be an hour and 50 minutes. But then, whatever. If you guys like it, you like it. And if you don't have the time, then watch the rest next time. You know what I mean? It's a lot more stuff to talk about now that we do it like this. Alright, this is terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible. The one answer to this question is fold. For sure. Do you guys like my puns with the names? 104. Alright, let's see. Oh my god. Is this the same day? Oh, we can see that there. No, this is 2 days after. Apparently I was in coma the next day, and then we just decided to... Queen deuce. Nice job. Good job, mate. Good job. Not spewy at all. Like, what do you want here? What do you want? Because the problem here is, if somebody bets into 4 people and he bets 2.5 times pot, yeah, I don't think your 3 is gonna be good, mate. I don't think your 3 is gonna be good. Or he has king jack of clubs or king 10 of clubs. That's a possibility too. Yeah, it's bad. 35% though. You see again, 20% on the turn. All in with a flush draw. And a, oh yeah, we only have a flush draw because deuce no good, 3 no good. Alright. Very bad hand. Very bad hand. Your hand might look strong, but if your opponent does something that is insanely strong, that is almost never a bluff, then what are we really hoping for? Right? I'm gonna flat this. 20. Alright. Very shit sizing still in February. 42, 42. We call, and then we're gonna check call and all in. Ooh, it is an all in. Alright, so the guy shows 1.5 times pot. Obviously we're calling. And no heart. Jesus fucking Christ. How much did people overplay their sets back then? Well, take it easy, mate. Take it easy. Alright, so what is the psychology behind it? This, I don't mind as much. Because, I mean, it's a little bit too big. But I understand what he's doing. It seems like a coordinated board. And then what's this? I don't want this guy to call with his fucking flush draw. I'm just gonna get it in. Like, what do you want me to call with? Like, what do you think is gonna call here? Queens? No. Jacks? No. 10x? No. Aces? Yes. And ace king. But there's only a few combinations of that. So there's like 10 combinations of hands you want me to call here with and fold the rest. You know, this is definitely one of those times where if he just makes it 80, he still really taxes me, but he keeps a lot of weaker hands in too. Yeah, but I had the hand to call him with though, but obviously. Unbelievable. Spoiler banned. Alright, that seems good. 26. Yeah, oh. This is almost always back in the day was somebody drawing. I mean, I saw the hand, so I can't really... Guys, I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. No good, bitch! Oh yeah. Talk about the fucking gin cards. I had straight flush. I wonder if I put this in my MSN name too. This would have been a good one, huh? Wow. Wow. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright. I'm sorry. Kings. 18. Alright, normal sizing this time. It's a little small still. 10s. 120. Alright, 120. Call. Oh, alright, guys. We're gonna see a flop. Alright, I'm not so sure. That is quite crazy. Oh my god, this is tilting. This tilts me even now. Paul Pierre was like, alright, we'll see if there's a 10 in there, dealer. Nice hand. Nice hand, you fuck. Baco, that means Bacardi Coke in Dutch. In Holland. It's not a Dutch word. Oh, look at this. Flatting. So we have a 14 raise. $14 bet. Jesus fucking Christ, you fish. $14 bet. We have a min raise. And we flat. Good. Good. Okay. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. He has a set of jacks. Wait, that's a 9. That's a queen. That's definitely nice. This is also nice. Oh no, that's a 4. You see, guys? You do your outs times 2. He has 1 out. 2%. 2%. Oh my lord. What a punt. I mean, at least he went for it. You gotta be honest. He blocked straight draws, which was good. Yeah, don't pick a hand that blocks like the weak hand somebody can have. This is a pretty important fucking 2 blockers to have. I think he has king jack. I think he doesn't, because you have 2 jacks. That was a funny hand though. Dear lord. Do I limp myself? Ugh. I'm a limper? Oh, there you go. Paid off. See ya! Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! Well, at least we skipped through the commercials, guys. Jesus. Wow, nice stack, dude. Nice. Lurped! Oh my god, Lurped is actually a guy, a friend of mine, or used to be a friend of mine, you know, we don't talk, but Lurped, because our lives went separate ways, guys, not because, I just don't want to imply that we're fighting or something, because Lurped and I used to travel a lot. He got deep in an EPT in Copenhagen, and I was with him in Hallengol and Czech Hills, and we would travel together. First time I went to Vegas was with Lurped. First we stayed at his house in San Diego. Fucking awesome. Marcus Gonzalez. So awesome. Lurped to see that name. God. Hopmark too. I still play against Hopmark. He plays a lot of tournaments now. Had a crazy PLO stint. He used to play even higher stakes catch games. We're going to see this name a lot, I think. Alright, so this is just kind of brutal, but it is what it is. You know, it's nothing special there. 8, 4x seems to be the standard indeed. Alright, now it's good. Now it's good. So we've seen ourselves. Do I do that too fast? Like the clicking the things? Or I feel like I kind of pause and explain in the right moment, but let me know if you don't. So here we have to be careful because there's somebody behind. We don't really want this guy to destroy our action. Not only does he have a lot of equity that he can flop a strong hand with, also there is some boards that this guy is going to be afraid of when it's three-way, but not when it heads up. So very important here. Push him out, he flats. Ugh, that doesn't seem like the very best board. I like the flat call. Honestly, fold? There's just no folding back then, was there? I think we're fucked. Yeah, I think we're just fucked. This is just not the type, like, think about hands that 3-bet from the big blind. Even back then. Think about hands that 3-bet from the big blind. Nice hand, Jennifer, god damn it. And lead this board, lead this fucking turn, right? Completely ignoring ace queen. I mean, there's no flush draw, nothing. This is just, I think that's straight up turn fold. Wow, could have saved us $300 or $250 there. It's not good. 28 of 51. What's this? 27 of 51. All right, so this next hand. It's limping again. 30? 22. Motherfucker. At least play it like... At least play it. This is not even playing it. Yeah, oh, 42. He does the work for us. And we flat! Boom! First pre-flop 4-bet flat with a strong hand. Good job, lad. There we go. And now we're going to overplay it. No, we don't. I thought I was just going to shove. Nice. Oh, hello. He's just like, well... Well, I don't know, guys. There's no ace or king yet, but that means they're coming. That just means there's a lot still in the deck, so I'm just slow playing to the turn. Yeah, I'm not gonna get it on the turn, but there's still 6 of them left, so I'm just gonna hit one on the river. Ace king, goddamn. Thank you for donation. Thank you for support. Last hand of the video, guys. Ooh, good length, good length. Limping again. King Queen offsuit was definitely in my limping range apparently. Not so smart. But when you flop 2 pairs, who gives a shite? This is, yeah. Okay, and we're in trouble again. And we're in trouble again. Yeah. Plays folds, you don't. GG. Yeah, it's so easy, man. It's so easy. There's just situations where strength is strength and punts are punts. And you see it every time. The limped situations, where you do not push a certain part of people's ranges out, is when it gets scary, and that's why I'm so afraid of this situation. It's a limped, fucking, see, I'm getting mad about it. It's a limped pot, and you're up against the 2 blinds, aka the people who have any 2 cards. Good, nice, comes along. 10, could have made this bigger with all those draws. 40. Yeah, I don't know. If this one felt really dodgy. We do see a lot of people show up with 8, 9, Queen 8. Like people, I think that one thing that's really important to know is that people weren't really thinking about how high is my 2 pair. They were just like, I have 2 pair. We do not fold 2 pair. So that's like in my defense what could have happened. But then, do that bet queen 8 like this or 8-9? What do you guys think? Isn't that a little $70? So call $70, fold everything over 100, decide for anything in between. Alright everybody, this was the newest video on this series. I really hope that you like it. I had a lot of fun doing it this way. I think that the new structure, especially for these limits, works out wonders. I will do some scouting for the higher stakes to see if it also works there. But I think for now that we're going to go with the structure for anything that's below 510 or even 1020. We're just going to look at it chronologically. We're going to look at the pots that do not just contain sets and that sort of stuff. Even though on 510, if a pot has a set and there's like something, a really cool line in a pot that's a 7k, we might just add them in there because I do not have time to sort out like 200 or 300 pots that have sets in them. But I really like what we did with it now. Please press the subscribe button if you want to just see these videos pop up in your YouTube. Then you don't have to depend on just going over the stream or watching social media and all that stuff to just run into it or browse YouTube. You know, you can just get notifications. Press the like button if you want me to make more of these videos, because like I said earlier, that's something that people that create content really look at, right? It's feedback from your viewers. Leave a comment down below if you like this, if you want to see something more, what you thought about the hands, what did you think of the strategy, what are the traps that you run into. Please let us know. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!